Hi everyone and welcome to Brunch Business. Here we are, still down the coast, and we thought we'd bring Brunch Business to you again with the beautiful day we're having down here. It's absolutely amazing. And Gary, today I thought we'd talk about new leaders that come into or a leader that's just arisen in the ranks, or a new leader that's come in, how they get to know their people. Right. Some simple, easy questions they can ask to get to know their people.
Yeah, so, we all like to be asked questions about ourselves. We all like to talk about ourselves. So it's not that hard as long as you have the right approach and ask the right questions.
Well, one of the questions I wrote down here was, is what makes you proud in the work that you do now?
Yeah, so you're going straight into the workplace questions with them. Yeah. Without breaking into the.
Well, you could.
What about you? Yeah, no, that's a different topic altogether. Yeah, so, a person that really does like their job is going to be able to express that pretty openly.
Yeah, and I think asking that, what they're proud of, makes them think in a positive way.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, when a new leader comes in, they want to find the negatives because they think the new leader is going to change things or whatever it is that's going to happen.
Most definitely, but and those questions though, the structure of that question that you've just asked then, it seems like it's fairly like interview style, but it's you're going to do that in more of a conversational type of thing, like.
What are you proud of most here that you do here in your role? Yeah, so that sort of question. And the other one, I'm going to ask you, Gary, what do you do regularly outside of work that is important to you?
Right.
So do you think that's a good question?
That's a very good question, because that actually helps people express themselves and think about what their relationships are within the workplace and outside of it.
Yep, it is. I've got a little bug flying around here. And this is another one. On a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you and why in your job?
Yep.
Well,
that's a great one to ask, because the person will be questioning themselves with that.
Yeah,
in giving that answer. And
the idea is not to ask questions that are just yes and no answered questions. You want to ask open-ended questions.
Yeah.
So asking someone how happy they are and why, at a scale of 1 to 10, opens that question right up. You get to really know them.
Yeah.
And if you're talking to them in a way that makes them open up and be honest, and you're not judging their answers.
Yeah.
Kudos to you, because that's a great leader. I think.
Well, we're going to come back to our other catch cry as well here, because it's not a Q&A session that you're having with the person, but questions are the answer.
That's right.
Yeah.
We always say that's one of our catch cries. Questions are the answers, and the more questions you ask, and it could be simply. Who do you think does their job?
Or who do you admire?
Yeah, who do you? Yeah,
who is it you work with that you admire? Because that's the best one to take. Because that the person will then want to talk about more of their team as well, won't they? In that circumstance.
Here's another one I've got here. What are your career goals, and where did your last manager or leader leave off with that? So, what are your career goals?
Yeah.
And where are you up to with that now?
Yeah.
So we talked last week about vision, having a vision, with people.
And that form of questioning, though, as you're indicating, is a great way to get the person to feel as though you do have interest in them and you are going to help them move forward with their career. Yeah. Yeah,
that's right. And that's what a leader should be doing, is watching their people and see how they can develop them further, don't you think?
There's that word coming up again, inspire.
That's right, inspire them. Inspiration, that's absolutely. And here's another one. I don't know whether I told you about this one I wrote down. How are you feeling? What's morale like around you?
Yeah. That's
How are
really,
you feeling, and what's the morale like around you?
Yeah. That's really getting into the depth of the culture with the person straight away.
Oh, you'll get an understanding there, and as long as you're keeping it so that there's no judgment, you really want to know what's going on, you'll get the right answer. And if you keep delving into those sort of questions,
I suppose that's the one thing that you've got to say all the time too. Like we did say before, it's not a Q&A session.
No, it's a conversation between
two conversation. And you've got to make it so that there isn't any judgmental type of situation brought in through any of the questions.
That's right. That's correct.
Yeah.
So true. So there's some simple little questions. We've got a whole lot of them, but I just wanted to keep it simple so you can start opening up the conversation, and by listening to the answers, you can then find more questions to ask that will evolve the conversation between two intelligent people.
Yep.
So that's the whole point of it.
It is, most definitely. So thanks for being with us again, and we'll catch up with you again soon.
So keep smiling until next time.
Bye now.